It's a section of violence here. We got another one for you. UFC Freedom 250. We'll get right into it. Just gotta break down UFC or recap UFC Muhammad versus Bonfim, UFC Vegas 118, I believe it was. Make sure we're going. Awesome, awesome. Let's get going. Less fights on this card, so it shouldn't be an hour. I'll try to keep it the same length just for you guys, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be less than an hour. So let's get it going. Starting off, I'm gonna spend a little longer on the recap for this one. Usually I rush through it. But yeah, let's go. The cat's in here trying to get out. Anyways, yeah, we got UFC Muhammad versus Bonfim. Decent card. I didn't give a rating last card. I think I would give it an 8 last the card previous. I know we can't really remember that one, but I didn't remember I was going to do that last video and I forgot. So we'll do it to start this one so I don't forget. How many finishes? One, two, three. One finish, two finish, three finish, four finish, five finish. Uh, I'd give it I'd give it like a seven. Seven would be fair. I'd give it like a seven at most. The finishes weren't even that good to be honest, so I would give it a seven. The fights were okay. Edmund versus Allen delivered. Chavez versus excuse me. Figured Chandler Kashiwara would be better than that. Yeah, nothing really that crazy. So let's start it off though. No, you guys are. I'll give it a seven. Yeah, I think that's fair. Let's start it off. Ketlin Souza versus Ariane Canalosi. Hey, stop. Give us 1 second. Ugh, fucking cat, man. Yeah, we had Ketlin Souza versus Carnelossi. Carnellossi's dog shit. 15-5 is pretty deceiving. She hasn't won since 2022. I know. What does she want a DQ win? Doesn't count. She was getting worked the whole fight prior. So yeah, she's hasn't won since 2022 as far as I'm concerned. I'm pretty cheese. Not that it would have made a difference anyways, but I had Souza round two, round three finish, and that would have definitely have hit. But oh well, she got the finish in round one. I did have inside the distance, so that was good, but would have been nicer to cash a Carnelosi, or sorry, round two, round three. That would have been icing on the cake. But oh well. Moving on, we have we that was our pretty much our one of our most confident picks in the card was Souza, so not mad at that. She cashed our parlay as well. Yeah, moving on. Gisali Chavez versus Genosi Dubin. Dubin's god awful. But now I know Chavez is also not good. Her cardio is not good, and she gets tired offensively grappling. And if someone's pressuring her, she doesn't do well with pressure. So she's like she fights decent from the outside, and she has some power. But if you're not if you can't get Dubin out of there, your career in the UFC is probably not going to bode very well. So yeah, man, not really impressed with Chavez at all. I think she's gonna have a bunch of losses here soon when she fights some real competition. Dubin is just not good, man. She is really, really bad. Yeah, really, really low level women's MMA fight. But yeah, it is what it is. Let's get through that one. Moving on. This was our biggest play of the card. Basically a 6 unit smash spot. I had a lot of money on this fight. Joanderson Brito versus Jordan Levitt. Honestly, man, this was such a mismatch. Like if we're being real, like yeah, Jordan Levitt is he's decent, has some pretty good grappling. He's strong. He has like this autistic strength. But let's be real, no man who twerks is gonna beat Joe Anderson Brito. Brito's like a real man, like someone who's like ooges machismo, someone who's like you probably like you know bites like eats metal. Like this guy is a tough guy from the favelas. I was not concerned in this fight at all past the first round. I thought he could potentially lose the fight due to poor fight IQ, but Blavit was doing everything he can to keep that separation. And eventually, Brito just shucked him off. And yeah, as Levitt was just panic shooting at the end of the round and just came right into a ninja choke. And ninja choke ended the fight. First round finish. Again, I had 2-3, so it would have been nice to hit that. But again, it is what it is. I knew this Levitt was going to quit, just like I knew Carnelossi would have quit. I just didn't think Carnelossi would get KO'd that quickly. But it is what it is, and I didn't think Levitt would, get that panicky that quickly. But it's Brito in front of you. It's pretty scary. Even against the cage, man, Brito was just bang, bang, hammering his ribs, and you could hear the impact. Like Brito's just a dangerous man. Like he's someone you don't want to see in an alley. That is for sure. But yeah, moving on from this fight. Cash, the biggest play we had on the card was Brito. Moving on. This is where things started to get a little weird. We had Chelsea. I had Priscilla Cachoeira versus Chandler. In hindsight, bad pick. And I had a feeling before the fight that the size could be an issue. I gotta just drink it normally. Trying to waterfall it or something. Yeah, Priscilla Cachoeira, man. Like, how embarrassing is that? Good. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Sorry, guys. I don't want to have to subjugate you guys to that horrific drinking technique that I tried to do. But anyways, Priscilla Cachoeira, man, you're just too small for 135, but you're also too much of a you're too much of a you're too unprofessional, sorry, to fight at this level. At 135, or sorry, at 125. You shot against Jazz, like she didn't even try to make weight, and even if she did try, she did not do the right things in camp to make weight. You know what I mean? So I just don't think she has the discipline, and I think she just relies on scrapping. She's 13-9. This was a toilet bowl fight. Chandler's not good, but Chandler's bigger, and she has pretty good grappling, I would say, like pretty decent grappling. And she just big sistered her and just got the armbar and sub one. Kind of again, I'm pretty annoyed because I was hoping she would like pound her out in the second or third, if she was gonna win. But it is what it is. Cachoeira's dog shit. It is what it is. Lost a little bit there, but my bad. Shouldn't be betting these stupid 50-50 fights, but I don't know. I have like a little thing for them. Speaking of that, moving on. Again, I this was something I broke a rule in my betting Bible, which is in my Discord. Do not. What was it? Let me find it for you guys. I don't want to misquote myself. Um, betting Bible. Okay. Yes, number six. Rule number six. Trust gut always. And unfortunately for me, I just didn't have like a strong read on this fight. I thought I leaned Chavez, but I wasn't that confident. And someone just was really confident. People were confident in Silva, so I'm just thinking to myself, man, what am I missing? And they're people I respect, no shame on them. I make bad reads too. Bad, like a few weeks ago, I bet Kawamba. I was pretty confident in him, and he let me down. So, it is what it is. Everyone has a bad read here and there. So I'm not mad at them. I'm more mad at myself. Take responsibility. You don't ever blame others for, your decisions at the end of the day. I made the decision to fade my own pick. And it bit me in the ass. Silva lost, and Shires just dominated him for the whole fight. Now I'm curious if Silva had staph because there was something on his chest that was like a big pimple, and it looked kind of like staph. But I don't know. That's not for me to guess. I don't know. But yeah, Shires just did his thing. I should have trusted my gut with this one. Only one I can blame is myself. Sorry for you guys who tailed that. My bad. I don't normally do that kind of stuff, but yeah, I thought it was a 50-50 fight, but then, like my initial read, you watch my YouTube videos, I was like, man, I think Shires could win this. I just feel like his long range weapons are going to be there, and I feel like the fight before against Bunas was just a bad fight because Bunas, it was also at elevation, and Bunas was kind of like fighting a little differently, and he's also the size difference. I've also learned taller guys fight shorter guys a lot better. I know that's not a hot take, but height is really important, and I always forget about that. I should always remember because when I spar guys shorter than me, I just do better because it's so much easier to see when they're gonna throw. And there's just weapons that I have when I'm tall when I'm fighting shorter guys, and I don't have when I'm fighting my own height. So I just feel like Shire just showed that. Let me see his record versus shorter guys, other than Josh Van, because that one was pretty bad. But he even hurt Josh Van, so it's like let me see. Cause Josh Van's a champ, so no shame on that. Ooh, Jesus Aguilera. Okay, that was 2020. Who knows? Tragel. Okay, so I guess he has lost to a few short guys, short kings. Sorry, my bad to the short guys. Short kings. He's lost to a few short kings in his past, but he beat Vergara, Brutus Silva. I guess he's like, what's his record against short guys? I guess this is kind of is a 50-50 fight because he's only I don't know the rest of the guys he's fought for the but for the ones I know that's one two 0-2 against short guys so far. Carpenter's not exactly a big guy either 0-3. Um 0-4. So realistically, this is his second short king that he's beat out of six fights. So I can't even be mad at myself for this one. But I'm just speaking for myself. I just feel like shorter guys are easier to spar for me. Um, but or it's easier to fight in general, not let alone sparring, but fighting in general. I just feel like they're easier. More weapons you can use. But man, you know what it is. Bruno Silva is just too hittable, and his durability isn't the best. So it is what it is. I should have known to trust my gut in this one, but it is what it is. Won't happen again. Yeah, moving on. Marcus McGee versus John Giannis. I don't know why I doubted McGee here. Honestly, I thought McGee would win, but I'm like, man, what if like Giannis just makes it a scrap, just makes it ugly, and Giannis was like a statue for the first few rounds. He just wasn't throwing, and Marcus just picked up on that and was just having his way with him. I actually got bored at a point. I was just stopped watching because McGee just was it's like a sparring match. He was just tooling with him on the feet. And Giannis, and I think third and late second, he started scrapping, but it's like, man, it was just too late at that point. McGee's already built up such a lead. And yeah, McGee got it done. Good win. Yeah, great win for McGee. She came back. 1 second. 1 sec. I'll let you say hi. Give me a sec. Come here. Come here. Ugh. Oh, she hit her head. My bad. Hi. It's actually not that bad. You only notice it when you wear black. But yeah, just gotta let her say hi. Wait, what am I filming? Well, that'd be embarrassing if I wasn't. Um, yeah, man, Marcus McGee got it done. Is what it is. Moving on. Another mismatch. Costa versus Schnell. I thought if this fight got extended, we could see something from Schnell, because Costa does slow down a bit, and I just feel like he doesn't do well against guys with volume. I think we've seen that before in his previous fights. Let's see here. Yeah, like oh, I thought I was gonna say he lost to Stuart Nickel. Yeah, I bet on him that fight. That was a max play for me. Yeah, Borjas. Yeah, he loses to Borjas. He lost to Jimmy Flick. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, I'm thinking to myself like, yeah, that's bad. How do you lose and he got KO'd by Amir Bazi? It's like, what are these losses? He beat Martinetti. Damn, this guy fought. How many times has he fought? He's fought a few times now for Contender Series. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Ah, he fought him, but if I say his first name, you two might give me a strike. So I'm not gonna say that name, but I know who he is. He's a decent fighter from Lux. I think I lost money on him before. What? Anyways, Costa, he's hit or miss, and but he is dangerous. I'll give him that. He has a good jiu-jitsu and KO power, and Schnell's chin is literally horrible. So I was hoping he'd get a sub, but TKO round one, I guess. So I've cashed the round one, but I was hoping for a sub. Moving on. This one's interesting. We had Eo Barnowski versus Junior Tafa. I had Barnowski, but man, I didn't think he was going to actually be smart enough to use the obvious game plan of calf kicks. Because Tafa is garbage. No grappling once you get to the ground. And his actual calf kick or leg kick defense is horrible. Horrible. Let me see how many fights he's been hurt with the calf. You get hurt by Kevin Christian's. Let me see. Is it Christian? Yeah, Kevin Christian with calf kicks. That's a red flag. But he also got hurt by who was it? Pretty sure DeLima. Yeah, calf kicks beat him. Second leg kick TKO. I think that's his only one. He fought in Ryzen. Interesting. Siderio. Okay. Regardless, guys, he's got KO power, and I genuinely do think that if Ewell came with the strategy to knock him out, on the feet, he would have probably got caught because Junior Tafa does have decent hands. He actually, I don't know how he was a kickboxer because, with that little calf kick defense, it's like that's kind of embarrassing. If you're a kickboxer, especially at a glory level, you should have decent leg kick defense. But I know calf kicks are a little different, but still, you still should have good fundamentally sound calf kick defense. And he doesn't, so Iwo took advantage of that. Good job, Iwo. And I also said Iwo's gonna have trouble grappling him because his wrestling isn't that good. And Junior just wouldn't. He stuffed the first takedown. I don't know, maybe down the line if he would have got a takedown, but we'll never know. Iwo did what he was supposed to. He calf kicked from range and eventually led to the finish. So good job, Iwo. Smart game plan. Moving on. Bryce Mitchell versus Santiago Luna. Now, I did not know Luna was only 21 years old. Let me see this for myself. He's 21 years old. He's 3 years younger than me. That's crazy. And you're already okay, 8-1. That's not that bad. I thought he had more wins, but still, man, like Luna's he's got something there to work with. He's got some decent wrestling. He's got KO power. He showed some decent scrambles, decent, but he's just too green. Bryce is just he's almost 23 fights in, 22 fights into his UFC tenure or his career, sorry. And how old is Bryce? He's like 30, I think. 31. So it's like Bryce is still in his prime. We're facing someone who's not in their prime yet. It is what it is. Again, I picked Luna here. I also got to look at these guys' ages. I thought Luna was like in his early, like maybe late 20s, early like mid 20s. I didn't know he's 21. He's basically, he's basically like he basically graduated high school. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what age you graduate high school, like 17 to 18. Yeah, he's still a young pup, So a lot to improve on here. Bryce was free live because man, Luna gassed hard in the second round. He was dead tired, and Bryce just took advantage of it. He ended up getting the sub in the third round. Luna went for broke in the third round and just kind of gassed himself trying to get the finish, and Bryce took advantage of it and got him in his in an arm triangle and got the sub at the end of the third. So good for Bryce. You know, that's my brother right there, brother in Christ, and he got the job done. So nothing but respect for Bryce. He's a social. We don't. He's a little bit out there, honestly. Even that's me saying it, right? So I definitely approve of his overall message, But yeah, he's. I'm not gonna speak about that. This isn't a political channel, but yeah, man. Let's just say I agree with him on a lot of points, and then when he starts talking about car seats being fake, I kind of just tune out. So I do like Bryce though. He generally is a really good person. I remember my teammate Jazz fought, and she was in enemy territory. I think it was Cortez or something, and no one was cheering except for Bryce for her. So I genuinely do think Bryce is a good person. He's a really good person. He's out there, And like I said, I agree with a lot of what he says, but when he gets into the too deep in the weeds with the seat belts and flat Earth, it kind of reminds me not to spar as much. But no, I'm joking. But for real, yeah, Bryce is a man, so gotta love Bryce. Good win for Bryce, and yeah, we'll see who they give him next. Moving on, we have Tom Nolan versus Fares Ziem. This was the upset of the night for me, honestly. I was really surprised on this outcome because Tom Nolan, I don't rank that highly. Um, you know, his he's okay. Like he subbed Charlie Campbell, which was it's pretty impressive, I guess. But it's like I don't know. I guess I should have known when he beat Charlie Campbell that he could have a grappling output or grappling game. But it's like man, like he doesn't show me anything that special to me. Being like, oh, he's gonna beat Farazia, someone who's actually looked pretty good lately. Like he's been on a pretty big roll, and I just thought he would do better against someone like Tom Nolan. But I guess Tom Nolan is just better than I thought he was. Yeah, upset of the night for me. I had a decent amount on this fight, so this one hurt a good amount. But luckily for Brito, and the main event live bet that saved my night. Still profited a really good amount. Props helped out and a few live bet spots. But yeah, Brito was the main crux of my money last night. He made me a boatload. But other than that, guys, I really do regret. Uh, I don't even know if I regret betting the but like maybe not putting as much on him. But that's hindsight, right? Who cares about hindsight? The only bets I really regret was the Bruno Silva bet, as is for the reasons I've already stated, and yeah, I think that's it. So I'll die on my shield with this bet. I genuinely did think Ferris ZM was better, but I still actually do think he's better. Just the only thing with ZM is I just don't like him off his back, and I just think his fight IQ was questionable. Like, why are you wrestling? Like, you're piecing him up on the feet. Why are you wrestling? Maybe to prevent Tom from taking him down, I guess. But it's like, why? Why bother? He took him down in the third round a few times, and he won the third actually. But man, Tom just, I don't know, man. It's just unfortunate because I did believe in ZM. Now I'm not so sure what to believe when it comes to him. But regardless, how young is ZM? Let me see. Does he even have like much time to keep improving? Yeah, he got loads of time. He's still got like 6 years on his prime, and he's a UFC vet. So we'll see some improvements hopefully from Verziem, and he'll be back. Moving on, Brendan Allen versus Edmund Shabazian. This was a good fight. This was probably one of my favorite fights, if not the best fight of the night. So that'll answer that question. I think Allen, he's so hit or miss against these guys. Like I know Edmund, he should have beat, and I did have him as my pick. Oh, here's another one I did regret. I did end up betting Edmund just because I thought the odds were a little bit wide, and I figured Edmund might have made the improvements, especially training with Strickland. Maybe Strickland gave him the blueprint on how to beat Allen. But Edmund doesn't have the cardio like Strickland. He doesn't have the grit. Like he just doesn't react well to getting hit. And he's made improvements, yeah, but it's like, man, look at the guys he's beaten. He went to a decision with Petrosky, KO'd Budka, KO'd AJ Dobson, Dalcha Lumbingen. Like, come on, man. He got finished by Gerald Mearshart 2 years ago. Like, in hindsight, it was always Allen. It's just Allen is so stupid. I never know what game plan he's gonna follow. And you know what's funny is he didn't even make it easy because he did shoot and he did get defended a few times. So to be fair to Allen, he did try. But I don't know, man. I feel like if he kept that pace, I feel like Edmund would have broke because Edmund notoriously does not like high pace fights. And in the first round, it was just a tit for tat fight, and I actually thought it was pretty close, rounds one and two. Um, they could have all both went to Brennan Allen. They could have both went to Shabazian. They could have went one or one. Like I don't know. All I know for sure is the third round went to Allen, 100%. And it's unfortunate because yeah, I just feel like Brennan Allen he's okay. Or not okay. I think he's good, but he's just his fight IQ is questionable. And sometimes he just doesn't show up. So it's like I don't know. But yeah, Brendan Allen's a gamer. He's a very talented fighter. Great elbows off the clinch. Every time they were in the clinch, he would lead the exchange with an elbow. So Brendan's a very, very skilled fighter, experienced fighter. I'll talk about fighting Sean for the belt next. Brother, there's a little bit of a line before you. Let's see you versus DDP. Let's see you versus I don't know. Who's that 185 still? Maybe a Kyle Ohio fight or something like that. I don't think it's right for you to fight anyone, yet. I don't think you've deserved that yet. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yorzi's at 185, man. I would love to see Yorzi versus Allen. That would be interesting. I think Yorzi could win that one, but interesting. Yorzi's too far down the rankings. That would never happen, or at least not now. But yeah, Brendan Allen got the win. Good for Brendan Allen. Moving on. Gabriel Bonfim versus Muhammad. This is not much to talk about. This was just a shutout. I was on Muhammad as a pick, but I had this 50-50. This was a fight I had no strong lean on. One thing was for sure I was not betting Muhammad pre. The reason why is because I knew he would lose round one and potentially round two. And what I did not expect is him to shoot two shots throughout the whole fight. Bonfim looked like he was sparring some wreck guy. Like that was really, really embarrassing for Muhammad. How are you a former champion? I almost spoken Ebonics. But how are you a former champion and you literally look clueless against a guy who's not even in the top five? I don't know, man. Anyways, Muhammad is not like he's just not there anymore. I don't think he's not wrestling. He's not doing using what got him to win the belt. And Bonfim is just look. It was a pace that Bonfim could sustain. Like after the first round, I saw he was still plus money. I slammed that. And then after the second round, I slammed it again. Well, I didn't slam it in the first, but the second, after the second round, I slammed that because they were only like negative 250, negative 200. And I'm like, Bilal's not shooting. What are you going to win the next three rounds straight? I mean, could he do that? Maybe, but that's not like if it was Marab, maybe I would be like, yeah, but it's like we're dealing with Bilal Muhammad, you know? And there was one point in my life where I'd be like, oh, it's Bilal. He's going to come back. But that was like, during his run. Now he just seems washed. Like it just looks horrible when he fights. So anyways, Gabriel Bonfim gets the win. He's 20-1. It's crazy to think he's 21. Can you stop? She's like scratching my leg trying to get my attention. Anyways, guys, yeah. So Bonfim got the win. Good for Bonfim. Let's get to the fight of the night. I already said that co-main event: Allen versus Shabazian. Prospect of the night, I would have to say, definitely is not Chavez. I can tell you that for free. This is tricky. I want to say EU, but I think EU was a fraud, honestly. So, but let me see the other options, and I'll go from there. Um, yeah, considering Bonfim's gonna be ranked like top 10, early like top 5, top 6, or whatever, I think it's gonna have to be UO, just because there is literally no one. Who's his competition? Chavez. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to go UO just because the competition for that spot is not really high. Sorry. Can you just sit here, please? There. Come here. Just sit on the chair. Stop being a pain. Alrighty. I think this card deserves like I said, a 7 out of 10. Nothing really crazy, and yeah. Moving on. Gonna get to let me how long did I speak about this? Hopefully at least 20 minutes. Holy, it's 20, almost 30 minutes I've been talking about this card. Well, that was probably one of my longer recaps. I did say it would be longer, so bear with me. But let's get into the you all care about UFC White House. Right off the jump, let me say something. It's not a political channel, but when you bring the fights to the White House, you're bound to get political discussions when you come here. It's not a good time to have a White House event. I'm just gonna state that. If you disagree, you are clearly living under a rock. We're in war right now, and it's not a good time. Like I would say, I'm not gonna get into reasons and stuff. Like I'll let you fill in fill in the blanks. But man, the U.S. government and specifically the government has never been more hated. Um, Universally from both sides, left and right. And I just think bringing the attention when you should be worried about stopping a war that is happening right now to a UFC Freedom event on the White House lawn. Like, what are we doing here? Now, I'm a fan. I understand that, their marketing, it's a good fight. Good fight, sorry. It's never been done before. I get all that. But as a guy who's also really into politics, this is horrible timing. And anyone who says, oh, let's not talk about politics, what do you want me to do when you bring an event to the White House? Like, we're not talking about, oh, they're in Washington, just happen to be in the city. It's like, no, they're on the White House lawn. What do you want me to talk about other than the big elephant in the room? So, to anyone saying, I just dropped the politics, just, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you. Like, open up your eyes. Like, the world is not just fighting, and man, there's so much I want to say right now, but it's YouTube. I have a political channel if you guys want to hear my thoughts on politics, which is probably not what you came here for, so I'm not going to talk about that. DM me on Instagram or something, or join my Discord, DM me. But as for the card, I'm just going to leave it at this. Not the time to have this event. As a fan, I'm selfishly happy because there's a lot of great fights, but as a realist, like it's just not a good time, and especially again, I think it's satire. But they're talking about bringing the let's just I'm trying to use code words. They're going to bring Israel Adesanya's prime minister to the White House. Again, I think that's satire. I don't think that's real. But if it is real, like these are the things that it's just like, what are you trying to do here? We're trying to separate sport and real world politics. Like that's only going to make more. It's going to make it more of a talked about event and not a good way. So I don't know, man. I can't go into why specifically I don't like this and why specifically I think there is a lot to talk about here. If you're not political in a time like we're in right now, I don't know what to tell you. Oh, politics sucks. Yeah, well, man, you don't care about politics until something happens to you, and then you care about politics. So might as well at least get. You don't have to like get involved and start running for, I don't know, like your local Congress. Like I'm not trying to tell you guys to get into politics in that aspect. I'm just saying like at least understand the basic stuff that's going on because it's a lot of stuff right now. And I know this is a bit of a rant and I'm not trying to like make this about politics, but again, this is a UFC White House. Like what do you want me to ignore it? Like ignore the fact that what's happening in the world right now and how this is completely ridiculous. But again, if you guys want to hear more of my thoughts on this, join the Discord, DM me, and I'll either talk to you privately about it or I could bring you to my Telegram and we'll talk about it there. It's something again that I don't really like to advertise just because you guys came here for the fights, but I like politics, and for those that also like politics, maybe you won't agree with mine, but you know, I'm willing to have those conversations with about anybody. So you know, just not right here. So, anyways, yeah, let's just move on and get to the fights. Sorry about that rant. How long was I ranting? Like 4 or 5 minutes. Not that bad. Moving on to the fights. UFC Freedom, UFC Freedom 250. Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. I gotta go with Diego Lopez here. I don't know what you guys are on. Whoever's thinking betting Steve Garcia, this could age really poorly. But man, Steve Garcia has literally had the most fraudulent rise to the top I've seen. And I know you're saying, oh, no, no, beat David Onama. Okay, actually, maybe it's not that bad. Yeah, okay, yeah, it is. Okay. Let me go through it. The only legit win that I can look at and say, wow, that was good, was Melchizedek Costa. He beat him in round 2. That was a good win. I will give him that. Other than that, we have beat the ghost of Chase Hooper. Not impressive. Shylin Nerdenbeck, who doesn't even fight in the UFC anymore. Sung Woo Choi. He's always getting TKO'd. Kyle Nelson, I'm going to reserve my comments because that's my guy. I love Kyle, but, it is what it is with that one. Kyle's not a bad win. It's just, the way people are hyping him up, like he's like deserving of a top 5 opponent is like, man, I don't see the opponent where it's like, wow. Calvin Cater, it's a good opponent, yeah, but it's like he literally has no knees. And yeah, he hasn't been like look at him. He hasn't won since 2022. So same as like I don't really value these wins. And then we have the win that I know you guys are gonna use as like, oh, he beat David Onama. Did he? Or did something else happen behind the scenes? Because I'm not gonna speak too much about this. I don't need the FBI knocking on my door. But let's just say there's a lot of stuff that went on behind the scenes that card in specific. I want to just pull back the card and show you I'll give you a hint. I'm not going to speak about it. I'll let you guys figure it out for yourself. I'm going to point to one name, and that is exactly what I'm getting at. And we're just going to leave. Actually, I'll put a little puzzle together for you. Where is it? Am I missing something? Yeah, right here. What is this fight right here? We have our dear friend Yarder Delval versus Isaac Dalgarian. Okay, interesting. Who who also fights with the former James Krause group? Who also is managed by Jason House? And who also has never been finished before, let alone by Steve Garcia. Not that it's bad to get finished by him, he is dangerous. But who's also known for behind the scenes stuff with James Krause, etc. Who else is also part of that James Krause alliance? This man right here. What's that gym? Let me see this gym's name. James Krause. Ooh, what's that name right there? Oh, it's Derek Minner. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go in depth about it. You guys can probably figure out what I'm getting at. Let me just tell you right now, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. So when I look at that win, I'm not looking at that as like, oh, that guy beat David Onama. I'm looking at that for some other things. But anyways, guys, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll let you guys figure that one out. It's pretty. I made it pretty obvious for you guys. If you still don't get it, I don't know what to tell you. But Diego Lopez, on the other hand, look at the guys he's lost to, and then look at the guys he's won against. So he beat Gavin Tucker pretty easily. He lost to Movsar Evloev. He beat Pat Sabatini. He beat Sadiq Youssef, Brian Ortega, Dan Ige, Gene Silva. He's lost to Volkanovski and Movsar Evloev, the top two in the division. Is Steve Garcia the top two in the division? No, he is not. Now he's always hittable. Oh my goodness. Oh, Diego Lopez, he's so hittable, man. Like I can't fathom. Diego Lopez is just so hittable. He got rocked by Volk. Did he get rocked by Volk, or did he just get stunned with that iron Chad chin of his? He's eaten some big shots, yes. And could he potentially get hurt by Steve? 100%. Steve's dangerous. But Diego Lopez is not losing to guys like Steve Garcia anymore. What is his last loss other than Movsar Evloev? It was in 2014. Like, come on, man. Amir as who is this guy? Recognize that name? Yeah, like this guy's an ACA, right? Yeah, he's an ACA. Like, who's he losing to? He's losing to the top guys. I know you guys don't know who El Zarayev is, but he's actually pretty good. Nate Richardson, okay, he's still good, but this was a different Diego Lopez. Anderson Brito, like, come on, guys, like, what are we doing here? I guess it's not the same Diego Lopez who we're used to seeing. Like, this is Diego Lopez of the new, and I just think Steve Garcia is gonna get pretty beat up in this fight. I gotta go with Diego Lopez here. I'm pretty confident Diego Lopez is gonna win this fight. I'm gonna wait for the line to settle because I don't want to get a line like Brito, for example. I played him at negative 185, and then dumbasses played Jordan Levitt all the way to like negative 155. So it's like I played Jordan Levitt so that Brito's all the way to negative 155, and I'm like, man, what the hell? So I had to add, and it's just like, man, like I want the best line. So please keep betting Steve Garcia, and if he surprises me, he surprises me, you know. But I think Diego Lopez is gonna beat him up. Like I think he's gonna finish him early. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm so far that's my guy. I got Diego in this fight, and yeah, I think I spoke a little bit longer than I normally would on fights, but it is what it is. We only have 7 fights, so moving on. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. Okay, that's probably the fight I'm gonna speak longest about, just because a lot of these fights are mismatches. Well, I should have brought a second one. A lot of yapping, so I'm gonna need some hydration. Bo Nickel versus Dawkins. I think Bo Nickel is gonna win this fight. Wow, the room is shaking. Such a hot take. But being real, I just think Bo Nickel is improving constantly. And yeah, Kyle Dawkins is finishing people. GM3, da 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 da. He's looked good since his last stint in the UFC. He's beating. Who is he beating? Like Dustin Long. Oh, that was 2018. My bad. Um, he's beating the ghost of Eric and yeah, he beat Sean Connor Fallon, Keenan Pattershuk, beat Michelle Pereira. I guess that was probably his best win since his return. GM3 is like I don't know what to make of that. We're dealing with Bo Nickel here. We're not dealing with these other guys. Like Bo Nickel, love him or hate him, is improving fight by fight. He fought someone who is now going to be fighting in the 205-pound division because he's that big. Pause. And I just think Bo Nickel is going to get knee to the belly. Or sorry, not getting. I think he's not going to get knee to the belly here. I think he's going to not have to worry about that size. I know Dawkins is a pretty big guy himself, but he's not that dangerous. Like opposed to like some power, I guess. Like he can be. Don't get me wrong, he has some power in his hands, but Bo's just too sound. Like he can fight in both stands. He's talented, man. He's got the wrestling, the grappling. It's only 3 rounds, and I just feel like I think Bo's probably gonna just beat him up. Honestly, I just think like Bo's gonna probably get the better of him, find the openings, and probably either get a knockout or a submission here. I just think Bo is better. I just think he is more life, and I feel like he's 33. No, sorry, that is Dawkins who is 33. How old is Bo? He's 30. So it's like I don't know. I just feel like Bo is better and he just has a brighter future. Whereas Dawkins is we've kind of seen how the we've kind of seen Dawkins lose some questionable fights. Whereas Bo's, you can say you got fraud check versus RDR, but RDR is so much like a bigger fighter, and it's a different style of fight. Like so I don't know, man. I just think Bo's improving fight by fight. He looked better his last fight. Took him on third round to get the KO, but he was piecing up. Um, he was piecing up Rodolfo Vieira. So I can't sit here and say, oh, that was Bo's fault that he didn't get the KO earlier. Like, Vieira's tough. We saw it against his last fight in Kilo Roundtree's lookalike. What's his name? I made a lot of money on that fight. What's his name? How do I not remember his name? What's his name? I don't remember. All I know is that guy won, and he couldn't even get him out of there. No, did he? Yeah, he didn't. He couldn't get him out of there. He hurt him, but he couldn't get him out of there. Rodrigo's a tough guy. You had to kill him to get him out of there, and Bo killed him. So I think Dox is probably going to feel the same wrath. I think he's going to get finished. I know the record is, it's a bigger record or whatever, but I feel like this is a good win for Bo's record, and I'm excited to see what they do with him after this fight. If Bo loses this fight, I am officially off the Bo Nickel train. I think Bo's gonna, crash and burn and just probably retire if he loses this fight. I wouldn't be surprised if he retired if he lost to Kyle Dawkins. At least with RDR, he's a former ONE FC like multiple weight division champion. There's some things you could cope about. Like, what is there to cope with Kyle Dawkins? Like, really? Like, I'm not saying this is like a shot, but like Bo Nickel sees himself as like the top echelon, and like his ego, his confidence is a big part of his game. It's what makes him that good. Is he trusts that he's the best, and if you lose to Kyle Dawkins, that's not a good look. So, not that Kyle's bad, but I'm comparing you to Bo Nickel here. So, anyways, moving on. Mauricio Ruffy versus Chandler. Okay, I try to make this longer just because there's only a few fights, but man, what is this? Michael Chandler is gonna get beat up bad. Like this isn't the same Chandler that knocked out Dan Hooker, that submitted Brennan Gertz, PKO'd Sidney Outlaw, Benson Henderson in his prime, or at least closer to his prime. The one that hurt Charles Oliveira round one. Like, we're dealing with the guy that got ragdolled by Oliveira and just destroyed by Paddy Pimblett. The only win he's had since 2022 is Mauricio Ruffy. So it's like I not Mauricio Ruffy, sorry, Chad Mendes, and I was in wrestling and he had to like headbutt his way to a victory. Ruffy's gonna TKO him. Now I know you guys say, "Oh well, BSD out grappled Ruffy." Ruffy is not a guy that can get out grappled easily. Like, he even reversed BSD a few times, or at least that one time. I can't remember if it was more than once, but Ruffy's good. A lot of people gave him flack for that fight, but BSD has shown he is that good, and he has moved gyms. I think he's at the same gym as Volk now. I can't remember what gym he's at now, but bro, he's beat King Green, Raymond Megomedalov or whatever. Um, Pretty good wins, man. He lost to Manuel Souza. Not no shame in that. He's only lost to the best or like pretty good guys, So I think Mauricio Ruffy's gonna TKO Chandler. That's probably one of my locks of the card. I know it's not a hot take or anything, but Chandler is just he's so washed. He's like turbo washed, like through the cycle like 8 times. Like he's done. Like, put a fork in it, he's cooked. Um, could Chandler catch Ruffy? Maybe. I doubt it. Could he employ a heavy wrestling game plan? We saw what happened when he tries to do that. He gets too tired now. So I just think Chandler's going to get caught with something, flying knee, big cross. I just think he's too much of a liability on the feet anymore. And yeah, I just see Ruffy finding the chin and just putting him out. So I got Mauricio Ruffy here. Pretty straightforward pick. I don't see how he fumbles this one, but you never know. It's MMA, I guess. Anything can happen. But negative 900, I think the whole world sees what I'm seeing. Moving on. Josh Hockett versus Derek Lewis. I got Hockett here. Come on. Like I said, there's just mismatch after mismatch. I'm not saying Lewis can't catch him. Lewis always has that nuke power in his hands. But he's 41 or something like that. If you watched his last fight, yeah, he's 41 years old. Like, if you watch his last fight, he literally didn't even get hit, and he fell to the ground. He tripped, and he just quit. Josh Hockett was going to hit you, and he's going to hit you a lot. And if you don't kill him, he's not going away, and he's going to put a pace. And it literally doesn't even need. You could use a jogging pace, and you're going to break Lewis at this point in his career. Um, yeah, man. Like I just don't think this is a good. I don't think this is a good idea for Lewis. I know it's a big opportunity for him, fighting on the White House, Trump's favorite fighter, whatever, blah blah blah. I just don't like this matchup. I think he's going to quit when things get difficult, and it's going to be difficult early. So if he doesn't kill, Hoke it early, I just see this being a easy Hoke it fight, first round TKO, where he just breaks Lewis, round two at latest. I feel like the under 1.5 is free if it's not like crazy juice. I feel like that's a decent spot here because either Lewis KOs him early or Lewis dies early, and yeah, I don't know, man. It'd be really weird if you guys did if you did go over 1.5, just because Lewis is not really a fighter that you want to bet an over 1.5 on, especially in a fight that you guys saw the fight with Blades, and it looked like he wanted to like play it safe. I know it's like different power levels. I know Lewis hits like a truck, so maybe he's gonna be more conservative, but I just don't think he will. I think he's gonna do the same thing, point his middle finger, come forward, and look to break the guy. And I just feel like Lewis is not in a position in his career where he can have those fights. I feel like Lewis is going to break really quickly. So I got to go with Josh Hockett here. It's not that far of a stretch to say he's going to quit, make him quit early. Yeah, man, I don't think Lewis wants to be there anymore. I feel like he's showing up more so for the opportunity and the paycheck. He's obviously going to try to win, land something big, but second things aren't going his way, he's probably just going to curl up in a ball and just quit. It'll probably be like a baby jab from Hockett. He'll just turtle. Because that last fight was pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Like, it didn't even hit him, and he was already, like, in the fetal position quitting. So, it is what it is. Hockett, round one or round two. That's my pick. Moving on. I tried to make this as long as I could, but man, there's really not much to talk about with that fight. Like, it's really that simple. Like, if Hockett does not die early, he's going to win this fight. Moving on. Eamon Zahabi versus Sean O'Malley. Okay, this one I can go in a little more about. How long do we have? I said I was gonna do an hour. I might do an hour. I might, because there's three more fights left, and honestly, I'm pretty torn on two of them. Well, not torn, but I can talk a little longer about at least two of them. Yeah, Sean O'Malley. I don't know, man. I think Sean O'Malley. Such a question mark. Does he even care to be there anymore? Because yeah, you beat Song Yadong, which it's a pretty good win. But Song, the thing with Song is he doesn't have the best process, and we saw that versus Diego Figueiredo, and he actually lost that fight, the first round to Figueiredo, and Figueiredo didn't even really do anything. And I feel like if you let Sean just play his game, you can win this fight. I don't think Zahabi is gonna let him play his game. I feel like he's gonna get in his face and try to make it a tricky fight. I feel like he's gonna get a hold of him, and I feel like if Zahabi can just get to his positions, I feel like he could easily out grapple him. But man, Sean's got pretty decent takedown defense, first line, and I feel like Zahabi's too susceptible to big shots. The knee up the middle, the cross. I feel like Zahabi is a liability on the feet. So my pick for this fight is gonna be Sean O'Malley by KO. I think it's been a while, but I feel like we're gonna see a old school O'Malley KO. Sorry, just like my mustache is going in my nose. I can't wait to get it trimmed. I'm getting, not trimmed. I'm getting a haircut in like 2 weeks. I know, Hail Mary or not Hail Mary. Sorry, I just got back from math. Um, Hallelujah. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, I'm getting my hair cut. I look homeless. I get it, and it's going. The hair's going. But yeah, man, Sean O'Malley. I don't know, man. The question for me is all not can Sean win these fights. Sean's really good, former champion. He obviously can beat Zahabi. This is a pretty favorable matchup. But when things get tough, and say he doesn't kill Zahabi, can he sustain a grueling fight for 3 rounds against someone who is pretty good with his fight IQ and it knows? He's probably been studying O'Malley, studying the positions he doesn't do well in. I don't know, man. I'm definitely torn here because I don't know if O'Malley wants to do this anymore. And we kind of saw it with Aldo. Like, if you don't want to do it anymore, but Zahabi does. He wants that title. He's delusional, and that's also his benefit because when people count him out, he doesn't doubt himself. He thinks he's the best. Even when we're all saying he's not, he doesn't care. He thinks he's the best. And with O'Malley, if you're not 100% there against a guy who wants to win at all costs, because Zahabi, if you can't one shot him, he's going to be in there. He's going to be tough hanging on, but I do think O'Malley's going to one shot him. I just feel like he's that one shot type fighter where it's like one shot. He's not fighting a Song Yadong where it's like that knee up the middle should have killed Song, but Song ate that. And I just feel like look at the guys he's fought. Like Marab, he only lost to Marab and the bullshit Vera lost. But I mean, Jan, I guess he should have lost too. But these are the best in the division. He TKO'd Sterling with a busted rib. He absolutely schooled Vera, who's a pressure guy himself, and then he beat Song. But again, this is all before Marab, or other than Song. This is all before Marab. And after Marab, the second fight, he said he's like, I don't have that same drive anymore. So I don't know what Sugar's fighting for anymore. I don't know what it is. I actually hope Sugar comes through with this fight and performs because I do think Suga is a really fun fighter to watch, and I do think he's better than Zahabi. But does he want to be there anymore? That's the question, and we'll find out when things get tough, or if it gets tough, because I honestly see O'Malley sleeping him early. So I'm gonna go O'Malley here. Pretty popular pick. A lot of people are taking O'Malley, so it's not like I'm saying anything crazy, but just be careful when things get tricky and you see O'Malley maybe breaking or checking out. Don't be surprised. I did say this. O'Malley is a big question mark in his durability and how much he wants to be there. So, yeah, I'm going with O'Malley, but don't be surprised if you see some weird shit. Moving on, we have the co-main event. Alex Poatan Pereira versus Cyril Gane. I'm torn, honestly, because I don't think Gane is very good, honestly. I think he's talented, but like his process is all over the place. It's not terrible, but it's all over the place. Um, he lost to Volkov easily. I know Pereira's not going to wrestle, so don't have to worry about that with Pereira. But like, I don't know, man. I feel like he's good, man. I'm not trying to hate on the guy, but like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go Pereira slightly, but man, it's so close because I feel like volume wise, Zero's gonna win the volume game. Pereira just doesn't do enough until he gets his range and his timing. And with Cyril, you might not get that timing ever. Because Cyril is constantly moving, constantly cutting angles, constantly switching stances, constantly doing something. But if Pereira can track him down and land, I'm telling you, if Tai Tuivasa could sit you down, I know Alex can too. So I'm gonna lean Alex because he always loses until he wins. And I do think he can find the chin here because he's fighting for glory, whereas Cyril's just fighting for that interim belt. And it's like, is that really like enough for him? I don't even know. Like Cyril, don't get me wrong, he's motivated, but I don't know, man. I just feel like Alex wants it more, but wanting it more and actually doing the right things to win are two different things. So if Alex, also you have to count, this is a heavyweight. This isn't light heavyweight. Like Alex is going to be smaller. And I know Cyril's not a wrestler, so but he's gonna have the size and strength probably on his side. So I could see Cyril mixing in the grappling here. I don't know, man. This is weird. This is a weird fight. I'm not betting this fight. This is probably one of the ones. Why is it doing that? I don't understand. Like the Wi-Fi says it's fine. I just think Cyril Gane is gonna be an issue. I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight. When it first came out, I thought Alex was gonna kill him. But the more I talk to people, the more I understand there might be something with the Cyril side. But I'm just gonna stick with my guy Alex because I always think Alex doubt him, and then he just comes out and TKOs the guy. But this is a different weight class, and this is a very tricky opponent. And he has been training with a bunch of glory kickboxers. I'm just gonna ignore it, man. And I just think the kickboxing experience from the guys he's been fighting are high level. You know, Chroma, the guy that beat Alex, Abana, Laiduni. Like he's been fighting a lot of these glory guys or sparring. Sorry, so it's like he has different looks. I know no one's like Alex. No one. You're not finding anyone like Alex. That left hook is just nasty. And I don't know, man. It's weird because Varetnikov says it, or Varetnikov. I don't know what his name is. Vaktikov or whatever. If you don't let Alex play his game and you pressure Alex and you make him defensively vulnerable, I feel like he could win this fight. I feel like Gane just has to make it uncomfortable for Alex, but Gane also does slow down. Believe it or not, he does slow down. I don't think it's going to be the first, second, maybe even the third round, but I feel like fourth and fifth he's going to slow down. But Pereira's got to pressure for that to happen, or at least make it a fight. And I don't know if he will, because I could see Gane just outpointing him for 3 rounds the way he did Tom the first round. So I don't know. And if you do that to Tom, I'm impressed. So I do think Gane's very good, but I also think I don't know what I said earlier. I might have said he's not. He's good, but he's not at the same time because his grappling is horrific. His fight IQ is questionable, and I don't like his durability. Whereas Alex, he's just lacking in the physicality and the sometimes with activity. Waits too long to get the game going. Sometimes his defense is also questionable. So I don't know. It's a close fight, man. If you ask me, it's a pass. I'm rooting for Alex, as you know. But yeah, man. Poatan is likely gonna lose, but I'm gonna be rooting for him anyways. That's my guy. Moving on, we have Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. I gotta go with Ilya Topuria. Like, what are we doing here? I think Topuria just sleeps Gaethje. Like Gaethje, he looked pretty, or not that he looked pretty mid against Patty. Not mid, but sorry, he looked pretty like not that great. Like there was points in the fight where Patty was just beating the crap out of him, and he would hit him with a knee to the body, and Gaethje would fake a low blow and just take a timeout, reset, and then continue beating up Patty. I don't think he's gonna have that physicality and shovel uppercut game that he's gonna have with Topuria, because Topuria is ripping combinations, boxing combinations, and this cover up that Gaethje likes to do is like the body's gonna be open. Like we haven't seen a finish to the body from Topuria in a while, but I could easily see him finish Gaethje to the body. Like Gaethje's been hurt to the body before. We saw it versus Patty. So I'm gonna go with Topuria here. I feel like he's just gonna be too sharp with the boxing. The size could be an issue. There's no clinch game from Gaethje, no elbows, no knees. Um, like the leg kicks, I guess you could say, but other than the leg kicks and the power size difference, I don't see much from Gaethje. Oh, well, Topuria, you can't get him down because of Gaethje's wrestling. I don't know about that. I feel like that's true, but I can also see Topuria getting him down and submitting him. So I don't know, man. I feel like Topuria has more ways to win. He's a very, very skilled fighter. And I just don't think Gaethje is very, very, I think he's good, but I just don't think he's elite. Every time he's fought someone elite, he's got absolutely, tooled. So I'm gonna go with Topuria here. Round one, round two TKO. Could there be an upset? Potentially, but I don't know. Side note, you guys see Strickland and Gaethje going at it? That was very entertaining. Strickland's my guy, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it's just so refreshing having someone who like shares similar beliefs and similar opinions, and he can speak for the masses, kind of like the voice of the voiceless. So it's really nice to see that. Gaethje, you're just calling. All I'm gonna say is Gaethje calling someone else dumb is rich, But whatever. Gaethje's a good guy. I like Gaethje. It's just it is what it is, man. He's not about the politics. He's there to make money. He's there to be for his family, provide. He loves his country. I'm just gonna leave it at that, man. It is what it is. Some people just couldn't be bothered with that kind of stuff, and then I can't hate on a guy for that, but it is funny. Strickland is saying what we're all thinking, but I wouldn't. Strickland kind of goes a little too hard in the paint, and to be fair to Strickland, Gaethje started it, so. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say, oh, Strickland's just attacking poor Gaethje, just minding his own business. Gaethje called him out first, so little side note there. But yeah, anyways, Topuria is probably gonna win. Sleep Gaethje. Gaethje's just he's never gonna get to that final destination of the undisputed championship. And yeah, I just don't think, especially this fight, you lost to Habib, Oliveira. Now you're gonna lose to Topuria. So it's not like you're losing to bums. You're losing to the top guys in the division, the best guys. But regardless of the fact that you're fighting the best guys, I just don't feel like these are good matchups for you. So, anyways, yeah, we're definitely going over an hour. So just gonna keep it brief and give you guys my prospect of the card. I don't even think we have a prospect of the card. Technically, they're all pretty experienced. I guess Bo Nickel, to be fair. But yeah, Bo Nickel prospect, fight of the night. I would have to say Pereira versus Gane, maybe, maybe I don't know. My top five predictions for this card, I would have to say Ruffy's number one. Let me see my notes. I'm pretty sure I have it in order. Um, yeah, Ruffy number one, Topuria number two, Hockett number three, Nickel number four, and O'Malley number five. Those are my picks for the card, and I do really like Lopez here. I'm probably gonna have a play on that fight, just waiting for the line to settle. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll catch you on the next one. Hope you enjoyed my little rants about all this other stuff and the fights. I did a pretty good breakdown for only 7 fights. I talked about the fights for a decent amount of time. Yeah, great card. And let me give it a rating before I go. I would say on paper this is probably going to be like a I would say like an 8.5. I think that's fair. 8 or 9. 8.5 or 9. I think that's fair. We'll see if it delivers. Alrighty, guys. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. Oh, I always forget to do this. If you want to join the Discord, more than welcome to join. But be somewhat active at least once a month. Say hi, do something. Because if you are a ghost in there and I welcome you, I give you a little wave, and you don't reply within a week, I'm kicking you out. I don't need that weird energy. I don't need bots. I don't need people in there just to see what I'm doing. I don't need any of that. I don't really need people in there at all. It's not like I'm asking for other people's opinions on things. I literally just want to help people make money. And I want to have a little community in there, like, that are like interested in fights. And actually, I don't even care if you bet. If you're just in there to talk about fights, that's fine. But I just want a community in there that's like enthusiastic about the fights and want to say it's a close round. You guys have conflicting opinions. That's the type of stuff I'm interested in. I don't care about the rest of it. Okay, guys? Yeah. So just don't be weird. Don't be in there for, ill intentions and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, you won't have any issues in there. So if it kicked you out, nothing personal, just you likely weren't doing anything or talking or, contributing at all. So yeah, and if you are in there contributing and you're not in the VIP, just DM me. I'll add you in there. I just keep the people out just because I don't want bots in there. Some people I forget to delete or remove from the Discord. So just to prevent my plays from getting leaked. Also, when you're in there, don't talk about the plays in the other sections because again, keeping the bots away. But yeah, guys, like, subscribe, you know the drill. Love you guys. Love the support. Comment below what you guys think about the video. There's this one person, Danielle Brooks, who comments every week from the Seems Like. Where's that energy from you guys? Come on, guys. Like, she's commenting on every single fight. We're having little debates in the comment section. I love that enthusiasm. We don't even have to agree, but I love the enthusiasm. It's good for the algorithm. Alrighty, guys. Like, subscribe, you know the drill. Catch you next time. Peace.